Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. A regular pint-sized atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT.
It was in the mid of 2019 Google announced their cloud gaming service Google Stadia, which will be available at the end of the year. People will not agree that Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee would have already foreseen the future development of the World Wide Web when he first created it at CERN, but only to meet the demand for automated information sharing between scientists in universities and institutes around the world. But with the unbelievable tremendous speed, after 30 years of the web's birth, the role it plays is no longer a simple connection to all kinds of hardware. It is a tube delivering messages, a memory storing information, a calculator processing data. All these are achieved through the new generation of the Internet, the cloud service.
Basically, cloud service is any service made available to users on demand via the internet from a cloud computing provider's servers as opposed to being provided from a company's own on-premises servers. Compared to the past document sharing cloud service, Google Stadia has made it one step further from traditional mature file access capabilities to more advanced remote hosts. All these seem to be too amazing for any consumer to reject if ignoring the poor performance Stadia has for FPS games. And actually that was also what Google promised everyone, literally everyone, on their 2019 GDC.
So now we are focused on our next big effort, which is to build a game platform for everyone. And when we say for everyone, we really mean it. It's one of our most cherished values as a company. Be it Android or Chrome or AI, we are dead serious about making technology accessible for everyone.
Is that so? Is it for everyone or is it grabbing and scanning everyone? I'm afraid we need to make a double check. Tech companies are trying to convince us that they will be wise and generous and even heroic to lead us to the world of future, a world user will be able to achieve anything through their servers. This, from my point of view, is a classical way of meta-narrative. Tech companies, maybe the capitalists, are trying to take place the work once done by fables, artists, scientists, and the philosophers to predict the development of the world. However, their dreams of the future are too radical and full of omissions, and their optimistic estimates of the use of science and technology cover up the contradictions that already exist in society, which is still intensifying. This collective meta-narrative is undoubtedly serving a certain kind of force. In my opinion, this kind of power is called a capital force in some places and a political force in other places. If separating political and economic factors apart, we may get some different answers from another perspective that is also based on meta-narratives. Taking a look at the development of technology from a cultural perspective, it is not difficult to find that cloud services, like many other modern information and communication technologies, present us with a more immediate, remote and virtual future. This picture, referring to the description of Paul Virilio in his book Open Sky, can be understood as a situation in which real space is giving way to a preliminary urbanization of real time, with teleaction technologies coming on top of the technology of mere conventional television. In Paul Virilio's opinion, information and communication technology is shrinking down our living space in a different way based on its real-time, no-delay characteristics. The description about human word to machines also appears frequently, which has now become a core concept in cyberpunk, considered as the fusion and wall breaking between human and machines.
In short, cloud service just like any other products and services, is an outcome of technology but not the technology itself. The hidden mode narrative component is more an artificial orientation than the trend of technology itself. We can't stand still drilling wood for fire and passing letters with pigeons. But maintaining a critique of technology and trying to avoid mere yearning may allow us to form a local narrative, relatively objective perception of the future of this world.